Another banger coming. Oh, sorry. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to make this pocket design. It's actually a pleat pocket, as you guys can see. These are the type of design you can do on your senator in order to pop it out very, very well. And after you're done, all you have to do is just stitch this to your senator. It's as simple as that. And if you do this kind of design, in exchange for that, you definitely make more money from your customer because it is going to like pop out pop out. And in exchange for this, all I want you guys to do is just to destroy the like button on this particular video. Smash the like button right now. That's all I'm asking you to do. And if you want to see more of my videos like this and you want to get inspired, I would advise you to follow me on Instagram at Tog Clothing. That's my brand name. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'll put a link below this video. So without further ado, smash the like button and let's get into the tutorial. Follow me on Instagram at Tog Clothing. So first thing is our interfacing. I'm using a color stay, as you guys can see right here. I'm using a color stay so you can see what I have in my hand. I want you to understand the texture. This is a color stay. This is the pattern we're going to be using to like draft the side of the pocket. As you can see right here, I cut the pleat. This is the fabric I'll be using for my pleat. I cut this at a total of 1.5 inches and the wideness is 3 inches in total, but I'm still going to trim this out. I just cut enough so that I'll have something to fold. So make sure you watch this video from the beginning to the end to understand all I'll be doing. So this is my main pocket fabric, right? And that's where the interfacing is going to be. So I cut a bias. This is a bias. We're going to call this in the bias like the one we use in taping our neck. This is a bias. So it's going to go round the pocket and it's going to lay flat. Those are the three things we are going to need. So the next thing is to start coupling them together. This our pocket interfacing, as you can see in my hand. I'm going to decide, I have this a total of 5 inches. That's the wideness of my pocket. And the height is going to be 6.5 inches, as you can see right here. That's the measurement I'm using. If you want to do a different design, you can work with whatsoever you want, but that's the measurement I'm using. So first, what you're going to do is to basically curve the edge of the pocket depending on what you want. I want this, the down part of the pocket, to be a curved part. So in order to achieve that, all you have to do is just to align your pocket, fold it together just straight like this, and make a curve. Take your time to make sure the curve is as rhyme as possible. You see what I'm doing? Take your time. See that? Take your time. Just like this. Just in case if you think you cannot get this straight, all you can do is to use your pencil to draw the shape before you cut it out. But this is what I'll be having. You can see that in my hand. So this is what my pocket is going to look like. The curve is coffee. The curve is coffee. So make sure you watch this video from beginning to the end so you're not going to miss anything. So after that, the next thing is to simply iron this. Make sure you're working with the right side of the fabric. So I'll be placing this at the wrong side. At the gum part is going to face the wrong side of the fabric. Don't mistake that. So I'm going to go ahead and iron this. And before I iron that, the next thing, this is the fabric we're going to use for our pleats, right? Don't forget that. What I'll be doing here, in order to have that edge of the fabric looking sharp, in the middle of the fabric that I put together, I'll be adding an hemming gum in between it, and I'm going to iron it down. So the edge of the fabric is going to be sharp as possible. That's very, very important. So the next thing we are going to do now is on the pocket itself. After gumming it to the fabric, you see what I have? I'm going to simply cut it all round. I'm going to cut it all around, but I'm not going to cut the upper part. I'm going to leave that upper part because that's what we're going to use to fold on the pocket, right? So I'm just going to cut the edge. You can see what I have here. Just cut it straight. So I'll have the upper part looking like this. You see that? So after that is done, the next thing now is to place our pattern, split our pattern fabric, right? So here you have to determine where you want the pattern fabric to be. Our pocket is 5 inches, right? So I want the pattern to be at half of the pocket, which is going to be 2.5 inches. That's 2.5. Once you get your 2.5, all you have to do is just to shape the pocket to the curve that we want, just like this. See that? Just like that. That's the curve that we want on the pocket. Once you get that, the next thing now is to simply add an interfacing to the pattern fabric. But we are not adding a hard stay, we are adding a very light interfacing to the pattern fabric. A paper stay can work. Here I'll be using a normal paper stay instead of a collar stay. So the pocket is not going to be too thick. So this is the interfacing that I'm using. You can see it's now a little bit firm in my hand instead of looking light. So this is the interfacing I use here, very light interfacing. So once you get that, this is where that's going to be. You see that? The next thing now is to take our bias, the one that we cut previously, like our neck piping. Don't forget that. I'm going to simply place the bias like this on the pattern fabric, and I'm going to simply stitch it round and do a turn up in order to aim that side. So I'm going after that. I'm explaining all of this for you guys step by step, so you're going to understand. So this is our pleat fabric. You see, we have like different fabrics, so I want you guys to follow along step like gradually. This is our pleat fabric. So before we do that, we are going to simply pleat it with our hand before we take it to the sewing machine and put it in the pocket. So we're just going to like pleat it gradually, just like this. Let me show you guys from the top like this. I'm going to just fold this down, pleat another one. You can see what I'm doing right here. I'm going to zoom in closer so that you guys can see that pleat very, very well. You can see that. I'm going to pleat it all the way down. So here, this is what it's going to look like, just all the pleats, you can see. So I simply trim the pleats out so it's not going to be too wide. This is exactly what we're trying to get, as you guys can see here. This is what we're trying to get. So now the next thing we're going to do now is on the pattern fabric, right? On the pattern fabric, I'm going to take my bias fabric, and I'm going to tape the edge of the pattern fabric just like this, you see. Just like this, I will tape the edge and you can see the inside. This is what's going to look like, flat and smooth. So on the pocket, this is what we're going to be having. Don't forget, I told you guys to trim the fabric around the pocket area. So we're going to have our fabric looking straight. So this is what we're going to be having. You see that? So here, determine the, don't forget we are using 2.5 exposure here, 2.5 inches. So I'm just going to trim the excess out, 2.5 at this place, and I'm going to simply cut that part out. Going to simply cut that part out. See that? So here is what we are going to be having so far. You see that? This is what we're going to be having. So after that is done, the next thing is to simply place your pleat inside. Place your pleat inside, just like this. See that? Place it under the pattern fabric. So make sure this actually overlap. Don't forget, because we are going to be having our pockets, something to turn down inside our pockets. So I'm going to fold the edge of the pocket so we can have a clear space to work with and you guys can understand. I'm doing this step by step so that you guys are going to like understand what I am doing in this video. If you're enjoying the video, smash the like button, and if this is your first time on my channel, do subscribe. I have a lot of dope tutorials that is going to like improve your work a lot. So I'm just going to take my time to simply fix this under the pattern fabric, just like this. You see what I'm doing? Just like this. Make sure what I'm trying to make sure what I'm exposing is not more than maximum of like half of an inch is what I'm trying to expose at that place. Just like this. You see? Let me take my hand so you can see what I'm doing. You can see that just like this. Push the fabric inside very well so the exposure is going to be exactly the same. You see that? Just like this. So after that is done, the next thing is to simply stitch in between the pattern and the piping. At this particular edge, you're going to run a stitch all the way like this, all the way in between that pattern and the pipe that we did on the pattern fabric, all the way around to the edge. So after stitching, this is what we're going to be having. So basically, it's not going to even look like we run a stitch in that place because we're stitching in the ditch of the fabric. You see that? Basically, very, very simple. So far, this is what we are going to be having here. See that? See how simple the tutorial is. If you like the video, smash the like button. That's all. Let me trim out this excess fabric also, just a little bit. Make sure you don't trim out everything though, because it has to overlap the pocket. So we are going to cover the edge of our pocket. Don't make that mistake. Just like this. And here we can simply cover up like this. You see that? So I'm going to put my hemming gum underneath that back side and gum it down. Then after, I'm going to use my bias fabric, fold the edge of the bias like this. You can see, so we are going to do a closing at the edge, and like this, make sure it keys together with the fabric. And I'm going to run a stitch all the way down. And when I get to the other side, I'm going to close the edge also. So I'm going to create a full closing on the round the pocket. So let me go ahead and do that. And this is what we are going to be having finally. You guys see how smooth the pocket is looking. This is going to pop on your outfit. The complete outfit of this clothes is white. And I did a video on the cufflinks also. If in case you have not seen the cufflinks, go ahead and check it. This is just going to pop the outfit itself. So here I'm going to add my metal tag, and I'm done with the whole thing. So let me just stack it, and this is going to be our final result. So if you like the video, do not hesitate to smash the like button, and basically smash the like button again. No, just smash it once, because if you smash it again, it's going to be like you unsmash the like button. So this is our final result. If you like it, smash the like button. Oh God, I just keep asking you. Okay, don't smash the like button again. Just leave the video. There are two videos on the screen right now that I single-handedly choose for you guys. I want you guys to go ahead and watch it next, and I will see you in the next video that you're watching. Watch this one next.